Okay, welcome to the premiere of Analyze This, a primer on website and social media reporting. We have our very own Score Boston mentor, Rob Stutzman, with us today. And before I turn things over to him, I want to review with you the things that Score offers to make sure you're taking full advantage of everything that's available to you. Our goal as an organization is to share information with the small business community. We do that in a couple different ways. One is through the information on our website, score.org. You can find uh, podcasts, articles, recordings, templates you can download, lots of fantastic information. So it's worth taking the time to look through. The other way we share information is through our workshops and and webinars. We advertise those through our newsletter, on social media, and of course, they're listed on the website as well. So take a look at the offerings coming up. We have a lot of really great new topics coming up this new year. But I think the most important thing that SCORE does offer is mentoring. And our mentors are volunteers. They have had many different experiences and have a lot of different skill sets in business, and they just want to give back to the community and share what they've learned and what they know. A mentoring session, if you've never had one, usually lasts around 45 minutes. And they want to know about you. They want to know what your goals are, what your challenges are, and they're going to work with you to come up with a plan so that you can be successful. It's not uncommon that you'll work with more than one mentor as your needs change, as your situation grows. They'll bring in other mentors to assist you with different topics. Who do we work with? We work with from the beginning to the end, from those that are trying to decide if a small business is right for them to those that are ready to exit their business. So with the whole line and on any topic that you can imagine in the business world. So I strongly suggest you reach out and find a mentor to assist you. How do you do that? Very easy. There's multiple ways on the score.org website to get a mentor. Probably the easiest is to find the matching zip code box and just put your zip code in. That'll match you to the chapter that's nearest you. They'll ask you a couple quick questions so that they can find out what your needs are currently and help match you to a mentor to get things started. So it is a great program. It is free. And I think any small business that has a mentor is definitely always going to be a little bit more successful than one that doesn't. So we are recording today. That recording can be found, this recording can be found in 24 to 48 hours. You'll find it on the score.org/Boston website. As you can see from the graphic, it'll be under the local workshops pull down on the blue bar for previously recorded webinar, and that's where you can find that. I do enjoy having questions put into the Q&A box because it allows me to check off the ones that we've answered so that we can make sure we reach everybody's questions. We generally do questions towards the end, but we'll see how that goes if there's something that needs to be addressed in the middle. But that's all I have for now. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Rob.
All right, thank you very much, Teresa. Let me get my stuff together here. And let me add my word of welcome to everyone. Thank you for taking time on your Friday. And I guess Happy New Year. I think it's okay to still say that, even though we're moving along in this month of January. But we're very glad that you have chosen to attend this webinar on Google. It's going to be on analytics and reporting from both within your website and within social media. But I like to get to know my audience. So before we get started with the content, Teresa is going to bring up a couple of questions. And we have a poll. And we'd appreciate it if you would just take a minute to fill out the poll. That'll help me understand my audience and who I'm chatting with here today. And while you're doing that, I will just cover a little bit about myself. First of all, I've been in business for over 40 years, 30 of which were with Verizon. I was in a variety of sales and marketing positions, and I led global teams and marketing initiatives. When I retired, I left there. I started my own consulting firm, and I've been doing that in addition to volunteering with SCORE, where I am not only a mentor, but I'm also the marketing and social media chair at SCORE Boston. Um, my email address is there, and you can also find me on LinkedIn as well as Facebook. So with that, Teresa, do we have a quorum of results? All right. So first of all, how many visits do you get to your website each month? Very few know how many are coming. Most don't know. So we'll have, hopefully what we covered today will give you not only additional interest, but also the tools you need to go in and actually start looking at the information that is out there and ready for your view. So the second question, where does your website rank when you input a keyword? Uh, some of you are in, one of you is in the top 25. And again, the majority of you don't know. We're going to introduce you to a tool today called Google Search Console. And when you see the tool and what it has to offer, I think you're going to be very interested in wanting to use it within your efforts and within your business. And let me advance the slide here. So why is it that analytics and reporting is so important? Well, it's important because it enables you to understand your audience. It's a way for them to communicate with you, not in a direct fashion, but through data-driven information that lets you understand who is it that you're currently reaching and who is it that you should be reaching. It enables you to track performance. We've all spent, any number of dollars on our website. You've got your website up and running. If you don't know how your website is performing, you should know how it is performing because you want to make sure you optimize that asset that's within your business. It's for improving marketing strategies. It's for seeing what kind of content seems to be resonating out there, or what information on my website do people seem to be gravitating towards. When you find that out, you want to exploit that, and you want to make sure that you highlight that in your efforts. And dovetailing off of that is just optimizing your content and taking a look at the content that is more effective than others. It's a great tool for monitoring your competitors and seeing how they're doing. You can improve the customer experience of people coming into your website or on your social media page. And you can make cost-effective decision making, identify new opportunities, and set and measure your goals. So the platforms we're going to cover today is Google Analytics 4. We're also going to cover Google Search Console. That's the new tool that I talked about. We're going to talk about Meta Analytics, which is the analytic tool for Facebook and for Instagram. And then finally, we're going to talk about LinkedIn Analytics as well. So first of all, with Google Analytics 4, you can find it by going to analytics.google.com. And what it gives you is insights on how users are interacting with your website. You can understand, the visitor behavior. You can measure your marketing campaign effectiveness, and you can improve your online presence. There's three core components associated with Google Analytics. There's your account, which is the highest level of the organization. Most of us on this call, being small business owners, are going to have a single account. But if you are a large enterprise corporation, you might have multiple accounts. Then there's a property, and the property is a website or an app that you want to track. And again, most of us probably have a single website, but if you had more than one website, you could track each website individually, and each of those websites is considered a property within Google Analytics. And then finally, there's a data stream. There's a flow of data coming from your website or app that interfaces with Google. Google sends back, it analyzes it, sends back the result, and gives you performance metrics. So some of the key metrics you get from Google Analytics. First of all, you can see who are the number of unique visitors that are coming to your site. And these are, unique means that they have not been to your site before. And so you can see what kind of new people am I attracting to my website. Events are the number of user interactions. They could be page views, they could be clicks, they could be contact us type forms that people would fill out. Or if you have an e-commerce site, it could be somebody actually making a purchase. Page views, you can see the total number of pages that are being viewed. The bounce rate can be the percentage of sessions where the user left without taking an action. And then you can see an average session duration of how long users stay on your site. There's different kinds of reports. You first of all can get a real-time report, which shows the data on users who are currently visiting your site right now. You can do further analysis from an acquisition perspective, trying to understand, where are my users coming from? Are they coming from search engines? Are they coming from social media? Are they coming from advertising? How are they reaching my site? And then engagement. What are users doing on your site? Such as, which pages do they visit? What is it that's on my site that appears to be attractive to the people that are coming in? And then conversions. These would be actions aligned with your business goals. So if you, again, have an e-commerce site, it might be somebody who's making a purchase on your site, or you might have, a sign up for an appointment. And so somebody would fill out a form to sign up for an appointment, or maybe fill out a form to get on your newsletter. So those would be kind of conversions of people coming into your site. Some challenges associated with Google Analytics. There is a bit of a steeper learning curve. If you're not familiar with reporting in general, you'll want to spend a good amount of time just kind of walking yourself through the tool and understanding the different features. Once you do that, you can see that it's very robust. It provides a lot of great information, but start out with the basics. And you can go on YouTube, and there's all sorts of training videos out there that talk about Google Analytics 4 and how you can get up and running with it very quickly. And there's a manual setup that's required. You have to set up your property to link with Google, and that might require, if you have someone who's helping you with your website, such as a website agency or outside entity, you might have to have them help get that information set up within Google. Otherwise, if you're managing your own website, there's information that Google provides with you, a step-by-step process for getting yourself on Google Analytics. And it's a bit involved, but not unsurmountable. Some tips, start tracking early, and then use any kind of help resources and training that you see within Google Analytics. And we'll show you some of that when we do the demo. So with that, let's go to the demo. And okay, so what we have here is the dashboard that you will see when you first sign on. Now, the website that we're looking at here is score.org. It's not, it's our national website within SCORE to just get some data to be able to show you. And you can see that within the given time period, which is the last 7 days, that we've had 111,000 new users. We had 238,000 key events. Now, key events are those that people took action on information we have on the website. We had over 2.6 million events, meaning that people were looking at pages, but the key events meant that they actually filled out a form. Maybe they went to the page that Teresa talked about for finding a mentor. Whatever action they took, that was a key event for us. And key events are built around your business. It's what's key for your business is what you're measuring. And then our bounce rate was 31%. So again, those are people who came into the site and abandoned the site without doing anything. So we wouldn't want to see that go higher. We would love to see it go lower. We would just want to make sure that people are having a good experience when they come. And within each of these categories, you can come in and you can select a number of different data elements so you can see the data from a variety of different perspectives. You can also, I had the last 7 days here, I could actually put in everywhere up to the last 12 months. I could do year to date, whatever time period you have. So you can see it's very flexible for that. Moving on from the dashboard here, you get involved in reports. And the reports that come up here uh, have a dashboard for themselves as well. And we can see that within this time frame of the last 28 days, we had 359,000 active users, 333,000 new users. Active meaning, if I don't understand what it is that it's the total number of the metric, of people that are doing stuff on the website. It also gives me a nice real-time users that are interacting with the site over the last 30 minutes. You can see that updates all along. Down here, you can see how users are coming to you. Uh, the majority of users are coming to us direct. That means they've typed in score.org on their web browser and they're coming directly to our web page. Organic searches are people that are coming to the website through search engines, and that could be Google, could be Bing, but they're putting something into a search engine. The search engine brings up our website. They click on our website and come to us. A number are coming to us from email. Very often we put in hyperlinks within our email newsletters, and so people are clicking on those hyperlinks and coming to our website. Cross network are talking about social media, people coming in from social media links, as well as referrals are coming in from social media. Paid search is if I run an ad on Google and people click on my ad, that will come in looking as paid search. And then, as with any kind of data, they're not going to capture everything. So there's going to be some things that come in are just completely unassigned. But what I'm going to be looking at the most is who are coming to me directly, who are coming to me via organic search, who are coming to me via email, and then who are coming to me via social media, because those are the ways that SCORE is attracting people to us. So let me move down here then to engagement. The engagement is telling me first of all, how much time as the average time that somebody's spending on the page. A minute 52 seconds. That seems like a very short amount of time. It actually can be a very long amount of time. A lot of times you can read a page in much less than a minute. So this could represent somebody looking at a number of pages on the website. So it's a good metric just to see who's engaging on your web page. I want to just look at the pages and screens here for a minute. Down here, will give you the information of when they're coming into the page, what pages are they looking for? And outside of the home page, which is always the most popular page, the other type of landing pages where people are going to, the first is volunteer login. So they're looking to volunteer with our organization. They're looking for business education, the workshops. They are looking at events, and they're looking to attend different kinds of events. And then they're looking for searching for a mentor. So this gives me an idea of the different landing pages. Every website has a home page. That's the page you see when you first come into your site. And then any page off of that home page within your website is a landing page. So this will give you an indication of people that are going to those different kinds of landing pages. Um, so that's a quick overview of uh, Google Analytics. And again, you know, spend some time with it. See if you can find a good video training on YouTube and get familiar with it. You will see that it'll really be an eye opener to you as to how your website is performing.
Hey,
So
Rob,
Google search.
I do have two questions about that. Can we, if you wouldn't mind? What kind of activity on the website will work against that bounce percentage that you showed?
Yeah, the activity that would ensure the bounce would be anybody who takes action on the site. So if they if say for instance they came into the homepage and they go up, I don't wrong page, I didn't want to go here, and they click back out again, that's going to be a bounce. If they come into the homepage and they say, oh, I want to look up a workshop, when they click on and go to the landing page, that's going to register them as an active user within the website. So if they come in and leave without doing anything, that's a bounce. If they come in and take a look at some different pages or click a link off of your homepage or look at a video, that will register them as an active user.
Okay, and then can Google Analytic properties be social media sites, or are they just only domains under you?
Yeah, they are only domains under you. And if depending on how many domains you have, you can set up a variety of multiple properties, and then you can even have those multiple properties roll up to an overall if you want to as well. But a property really associates itself with a particular domain that is in your possession. We're going to talk about the analytical tools, though, within Facebook and LinkedIn further in this training.
Thanks, Rob.
Yep. So Google Search Console, this is the best kept secret from Google. It's a free tool. Actually, all of our tools today we're going to cover are free. And it's for website monitoring and performance tracking, but it provides insights into the search visibility and indexing and website health. It helps diagnose and fix issues to improve your search engine optimization or your SEO. If you are a website owner, most likely you have received messages from people that said, hey, I was looking at your website and I noticed that there are some errors on your website and that your website is not ranking as high as it could. I'll even send you a free report, and then hopefully you'll do business with me. And sometimes these entities will charge anywhere from $300 to $1,000 a month to help you improve on your search engine optimization. But there's information you can get on your own absolutely free using the Google Search Console. The key features, you have a performance report, you have an index coverage. Google searches rely on indexed information. And so it's very important that your website is optimized and indexed so that when people put in particular keywords, you're going to come up within that particular search result. There's a URL inspection tool if you want to look at a very specific URL. Websites have sitemaps. And if you have a sitemap, you can submit that within the tool and it will come back and tell you how healthy your site is and how you're performing. There's some core web vitals and metrics that it provides, and then there's manual actions and security issues. The performance reporting, it'll show you clicks, impressions. Impressions are people that have seen your page. Click-through rate is people that have actually clicked and gone to the next site, and your position within the search result. And that's probably the key information that most people are interested in. And then it helps you identify top performing pages and queries. You could filter by country, device, or search type. There's an index coverage report that checks which pages are indexed by Google. And it diagnoses errors. It can actually help you find errors where there's a page not found, which you don't want to have the user experience while they're coming into your website. And then you can submit pages for re-indexing after the fixes. The URL inspection tool, it inspects individual URLs for indexing. It will give you live test results for Googlebot access. Googlebot is that it's actually called robots.text that you see below. It's what goes out to websites and brings in information based on the search that you have put into the search engine. It's also used by generative AI, such as ChatGPT, and it identifies issues like blocked resources or errors. Your site maps to ensure all your pages are indexed and that you have validated robot.txt files so that search engines and generative AI can find you. And then identify blocked pages or disallowed sections. And then manual actions it can provide you with information if you've violated a policy issue, policy within Google. And it also will check for malware and security breaches. So again, you can check and see if somebody's trying to get into your website or not, that is trying to get in for nefarious reasons. The key metrics, performance metrics, you get your total web search clicks, you're indexing the number of pages that are indexed, your experience, the user experience, where you have good URLs versus poor URLs, and then enhancements, which are coming back and showing you any kind of invalid items. So the benefits of Google Search Console is you get insights into how Google sees your website. It improves the search ranking and organic traffic. And you can monitor your website health and you can resolve technical issues. So with that, let's take a look at Google Console. And you will find Google Console, you can find it most easily by just going into Google and typing in Google Search Console. And what you'll end up getting when you come to the site is, again, you'll get a dashboard. And I'm waiting for it to build. Move myself up here to get to the dashboard. Okay, the overview up here. So you get to the dashboard. First of all, the performance. It shows me that, again, over this period of time, which was what period of time? Looks like it's from October 16th to today. There's been 327,000 total web search clicks that of people coming into my website. So that's very healthy. Hopefully you have as many website clicks coming into your website. And then indexing. It's telling me that the majority of the pages out there are not indexed. If your page is not indexed, then it means that it's going to be very difficult for Google to find that page. And they're not going to serve up that page. So when somebody's typing in a keyword that might appear on that page is not going to appear on that search result. So having your pages indexed is very important. And you might need to work with your website provider to help them ensure that your pages are indexed, and you can show them these reports and they should be able to, their technical support should be able to help you. The experience that we talked about, the core web of vitals of who's coming in via mobile, who's coming in via desktop. They tell you whether it needs improvement or not and what the trends are associated with that. And then the enhancements with events there's a number of invalid events and unparsable structured data out there. And then there's an issue with a video that's out there as well. But this is just information to let you know how healthy is my site. The URL inspection, this is where you can, again, bring up a particular site and it'll come back and give you very specific information on that particular URL. Okay. Search results. This is the one I wanted to get to show you. What this information is going to give us is the performance of people that are putting in keywords within the Google search engine, and then where is it that we're ranking. And that goes back to that information we talked about at the beginning. So you can see that over the last 3 months, we had 328,000 clicks. That represents 332.8 million impressions. So your active users are over here, your 328K. The average click-through rate was 1%. And the average position, this is the position of where you rank within Google search. So it's the average position of your site in search results based on the highest position whenever it appeared in the search. Individual page position is available in the table below the chart. Position determination can be complicated by features such as carousels and knowledge panels, but it's at least a benchmark that lets you know how it is that you are ranking when people come into the search engine optimization or comes into the search engine. And obviously you want to be in the top 10 because that ensures you're probably on the first page. If you're in the top, 33, most likely we're in probably the second or third page. The thing about searches is that people 95% of people will search and will click on information in the search page. It drops to 5% who will click on information within the second page of a search result. So, that's why a lot of these different cottage industries have come up with people to say, hey, I can get you ranking higher within Google. They're trying to manipulate and work the information to get you ranking higher within Google. Your indexing information down here, talking about the different pages. Again, talking about pages that aren't indexed. And why aren't they being indexed? Well, they have an alternate page with proper canonical tag, and they have there's a page with a redirect or a not found. Again, you don't want to have not founds or access forbidden is okay because that means you're intentionally blocking them. Not found means that that for some reason that page is not working and they're not able to see the information. The core web vitals that we talked about down here, the mobile, the desktop. But what I wanted to show you real quickly down here is the manual and security actions. So the security issues, thankfully, we have no issues that have been detected. And again, the site as large as score.org, we're a potential threat for anybody for malware, as well as for people that would try to hack into our systems. And so it's good to see that no issues have been detected. All right, with that, Teresa, do we have any questions?
I have quite a few questions,
Oh,
actually.
okay.
When you add a new page, such as a blog, typically how long does it take for indexing?
Indexing is immediate. As long as it's set up within the site correctly, it's real time. It will be immediate.
What is an indexed site page?
An index site page means that that particular page is able to be found within the Google search engine. So, search engines rely on databases, and your website looks like a database to the Google search engine, and databases are reliant upon indexing. So that when there's particular keywords that are put into the search engine, they're able to find that within your site because your site has been indexed. It's an optimization um, task that you do within your site.
Okay. Is there a dashboard showing the bounce origination, or does that only come from a home page? Do you
The
know?
bounce is associated with Google Analytics, and there's no way to identify who bounced from your page. You just get an indicator that a user came in and didn't take any further action.
Okay. And I have some analytics console questions with using AI tools. You want me to go into those or save those?
Sure. Why don't we hit them while we got them?
Okay. How are AI search engines innate to a Google search or with ChatGPT, Perplexity, and the rest directly or indirectly affecting traffic? Would Google Analytics provide insight as to how AI use is affecting our traffic in any way?
Yeah, that's a great question. Within the Google Analytic, no, excuse me, yes, within Google Analytics, you get an indicator of people that are coming from referred sites. Um, and within generative AI, if you use ChatGPT, for instance, if you say, give me information on a particular topic and cite the source, it will give you not only the information you're looking for, but it will cite where that information came from. And that site will be hyperlinked. And so you can actually go to the site. And so if someone goes to your site or comes to your site because they went through a generative AI tool, as long as that tool is serving you what the site location is, you will get an indicator that they came. They won't tell you which generative AI tool they came from. They'll just tell you this came from a referred site, which means you didn't come in directly. You came in, and you didn't come in via a search engine. You came in via a referred site. And Google Gemini and Microsoft Copilot, they cite their sources, and I'm sure the same is true for Perplexity and the last one, which escapes my mind for the moment.
Okay, next question. How is SEO being affected by AI usage by search engines, and what changes do we need to make?
I don't think SEO is being particularly affected by generative AI because search engine, I mean, SEO in its name is a search engine optimization. So it's really optimizing people that are coming into the search engines that are out there. Now, generative AI is a version of a search engine. I really, generative AI is so new. And there's so many things that they keep learning about it that, it wouldn't surprise me if it's influencing, but most SEO today is influenced by search engines.
How are AI search engines and other AI tools a substitute, or how can they be used in complement to just using the console analytics, etc., to further our abilities to get insights, information we want to use as small business owners?
Let me see if I understand. That was a long question. Let me see if I understand it. Are you wanting to get the same information from a generative AI tool that you get through analytics and Google Search Console?
If they could just answer in chat or put it into Q&A. So
Was there another one that came up
no,
after that
that's the last question. We
last
can
one?
hit it. We can
Let's hit that
give
one
him
at
a
the end. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Perfect. All right, let's move on. So the Meta Business Suite is the place that houses the analytical tools for Facebook and for Instagram. Um, they not only provide analytics, but they also provide data visualization. So again, you can make good information and make good business decisions based on data-driven decisions. And you could understand performance across Facebook and Instagram. Some key features, the page insights, they'll give you metrics like likes and followers and reach and engagement. It'll give you, on Instagram, it'll give you data about the reach, the impressions, the profile visits, and the audience. If you're running advertising, you'll get an insight into your clicks and conversions and the cost per result. You can get information about audience, their demographic interests and behaviors, and you can get information on video insights for people coming into your site that are looking at videos that you've posted or that's been fed to them from you that has been posted by you. Um, you get an indicator of reach, the number of unique users who saw your content. The impressions refer to the number of times your content was displayed. Engagement is the interactions with your content, the likes, the shares, the comments, the saves. And then click-through rate is the percentage of users who clicked on your content after seeing it. And then conversion rate, which is everybody's most important metric, which is the percentage of users who completed a desired action. A desired action on your part, again, might be a sale. It might be sign up for my newsletter. It might be sign up for an appointment. But that's what everybody covets within all of these different tools, is the conversion rate, is people that take action based on the information they've seen. The benefits, it's free to use. It's got data-driven insights to improve content strategy, and it gives you insight into user behavior. So with that, let me bring up, and my apologies up front related to this particular demo, which we're going to look at just Facebook. But I have an issue with Facebook that they unfortunately have taken me out of the ability to log into my account on a desktop, if you can believe it. And so at any rate, I can show you the framework of what you'll see when you come in. And what you'll see is you get an overview of your data. It'll show you performance based on who viewed your post, how many people, excuse me, how many users did it reach, how many interacted with it, how many followed, took action and followed, and if you have a link within the post, how many clicked your link. You could do that both on a daily basis, and you could do it on a cumulative basis. And they'll give you tips on how to grow your reach. Of course, first in line is advertise your business. That's where they're trying to monetize their platform, is getting you to buy advertising on it. Messaging, they will show you, you've got Messenger as part of Facebook, and you can get an idea of who has been using the Messenger. And then if you have e-commerce, if you're doing e-commerce over your site, it'll give you an idea of the approximate earnings that you can get from your particular site. They will give you the ability to set up a plan for yourself, and step by step, and things to get yourself to, if your goal is more engagement, if you want people engaging with your content, it's not enough just to have compelling content. You also have to have a plan. You have to have a regularity to what you're doing within the tool itself. The results as far as views and reach, content interactions, link clicks, the visits, the follows. I just wanted to see what time frame. Okay, we're looking at a time frame up here of the last 28 days. And again, if I want, I can do it over the past year if I wanted to. I can set up custom ranges. The audience demographics, they'll show you different trends of your particular audience. I'm sorry, I don't have any data here to show you, but they'll show you the age and gender of people coming in, what cities they're coming from, what countries they're coming from, the potential audience. They'll show you the estimated audience size. For this again is for my account that they just showed me, that I potentially could reach that amount of people. Which out of 3 billion users on Facebook is pretty good. And our messaging, we talked about that. Our benchmarking, it will show you how you're creating, how you're comparing against others. Our content review and the actual content. Now, what's interesting is you can search through your content, but what I wanted to show you, is that within this particular tool, they actually give you the ability to set up your posting. If you want to schedule your posting, you can set up the content to be scheduled for particular days. And I've got my calendar here. I've got my goal. I might want to start a new goal. Facebook page. Okay, if I want to increase reach, where I want to grow followers, grow Facebook likes, the goal schedule, set my schedule, and I can create my goal. And then I can schedule the content so that people regularly see my post. So I can do it, during active times. I may want to make sure, you might have heard that social media, the best times to post are on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And when you want to post is during peak times. It seems like, why would I post when there's so many other people posting? It's because that many more people are on their feeds, and they're going to see your feed versus someone else's feed. So that is a quick run through of Facebook Insights, which is the analytical tool that we have here. Teresa, do we have any questions that have come in?
No, we do not.
All right. So let's move on to our final platform. And the final platform is LinkedIn Analytics. And it again has a very long URL if you go to it directly, but I'll show you how you can get to it just off of your page. But it's a tool that measures the performance of your content, your profile, and your company page. What's interesting about Facebook is that Facebook will show you data based on your company page you have within Facebook. It's not going to give you analytics based on your personal information that you have or your personal profile. LinkedIn, however, gives you it for both because LinkedIn is really your professional brochure, if you will. It's your professional information that you are providing out there. And if you're in a professional service, it's all about you. You are the brand. And so it's nice that it does it for your profile, but it also does it for your company page as well. So you can get an idea of how you're doing on both fronts. As far as personal profiles, profile views, the number of people who viewed your profile, the search appearances, how many times you appeared in searches. This is searches within LinkedIn, not within Google. And it gives you engagement such as likes, comments, shares, and clicks on your posts. It gives you, on your company pages, it gives you visitor analytics. You get to see how many unique visitors visited your page. The total visits, including multiple visits from the same user, the total followers, the number of LinkedIn members following your page, the insights into your audience, what industry, what location, what seniority, and trends in gaining or losing followers over time. You can monitor trends that are happening. Additional features, metrics you get are likes, comments, shares, and clicks relative to your impressions. The impressions being the total number of times your content appeared. Clicks are the number of users clicked on a post, link, or media, and how users reacted to your posts, such as likes, loves, and applauses. And then for posts and articles, it gives you the analytics of the number of impressions, the number of times your content was displayed. The clicks, the number of times users clicked on the links or images or hashtags, the engagement rate, the clicks, the reactions, the comments, the shares divided by the impressions, and the demographics, the audience data like job title, location, and industry. The benefits you get from it is that it measures your professional and company profiles, the data-driven decision-making for enhanced content strategy, You get improved audience targeting and engagement. You get enhanced campaign performance and return on investment. Anytime you advertise on any of the platforms, you want to make sure you've got good reporting that shows you how effective is your advertising on that platform. For tracking growth, and for tailoring your advertising for those. When you start to get the data coming in and the metrics coming in, you start to understand who is our audience and how can I tailor my advertise to exploit that and to make sure I'm targeting that particular audience. All right, so some industry benchmarks, and what you could do is where I got these from ChatGPT, but you can go into these generative AI tools and just say, what's the engagement rate, average engagement rate for this platform? This happens to be LinkedIn, but it came back and said, well, for agencies, it's 3.8%. For education, it's 1.8%. For media and entertainment, it's 1.6%. For financial services, 2.5%. For real estate legal, 2.5%. Technology, 2.4%, with an overall average of 2.4%. This can be helpful to just understand, how am I doing against industry averages? 2% seems like an awfully low rate. Well, based on the industry benchmark, you're not. You're within the industry average. And so obviously what you want to do is you want to be above that. And if you would put in some different improvements, you could actually raise and see how you're doing against the benchmark. I like this particular slide as well. This is showing you based on your site. And now this is again within LinkedIn, but if you have a site that has about 500 followers, if you're getting 5 to 15 likes per post, that's the normal range. If you're getting 15 to 30 likes, that's high performing. And if you're over 30, that's viral potential. So again, a good benchmark to just see how you're doing against other small accounts out there. A medium account, which they consider to be 5,000 followers, you can see the numbers associated with that from normal to excellent. And then a large account with over 50,000 followers, you can see again what is considered to be normal to outstanding. But for most of us, it's going to be the small account. What's a normal range? You could probably even tailor the request going into ChatGPT. Say, what about a small account with 100 followers or 200 followers? It'll come back and give you information on, give you a nice, just again, a benchmark. How am I doing against other people out there? So some tips and tricks. This goes across all that we talked about today. And actually, before I go into this, Teresa, was there any other questions that came in?
Yeah. How accurate do you think those benchmarks are? Was that, and were you using a free or paid chat GPT?
I happen to use the paid version of ChatGPT. When I asked the tool to cite the source, and it came back and told me the source, it was Hootsuite, which is a trusted source for me. They're somebody within that is within the social media arena that when they put out statistics, people are, it's a very trusted source.
Could you show the correlation between results, business, Facebook, and Google keywords trend, for example, keywords?
Wow, another long question.
Yeah, sorry.
Could you run that by me again?
Yeah, could you show the correlation between results, business, Facebook, and Google keywords trends, for example, keywords?
Um, it sounds like you're asking two different things. Google keyword trends or Google keywords are part of the Google. If you have a Google ad account, you can go into Google AdWords and you can ask it for, you can explain what your business is and ask it for suggested keywords that you could use. You can also take that and put it into a generative AI tool and say the same thing, and it will come back and give you its opinion as to what are good keywords. And beyond that, I guess maybe we can come back to that question at the end again.
Okay. Are the LinkedIn measurements available for all, or is that only for premium accounts?
It's available for all.
Okay.
That's
Well,
free
that,
service.
that hit two questions with one answer. Okay. We're
Very
good.
good. So just in wrapping up here, some tips and tricks. First of all, set goals. Decide what success looks like for you. Do you want more followers? Do you want a higher engagement? Do you want more profile views? Do you want more website traffic? Do you want people setting up appointments? Whatever that metric is, set up a goal, and maybe you take a look at your metrics first. You see, okay, I've got currently it looks like I've got 500 followers. Well, over the next 3 months, I want to grow that by 100 followers. And then this is where you can go back to your generative AI tools and say, here's what I want to do. I want to do it on this platform. What suggestions do you have? Uh, and they'll come out. The great thing about generative AI, there's no lack of opinion. They will come back and give you, and you can refine your question, say, I don't think you got it quite right, but or you can ask for more detail. It'll give you more detail. It's really quite amazing what is available to us today to as business owners to just get that coaching outside of when you're meeting with your score mentor. Um, Monitor your data regularly. Get in the habit of looking at it so you can spot trends that are going on. Experiment. Do a text post versus an image post versus a video post. Try different posting times. Try different posting formats. People today are gravitating towards videos, for instance, but they also like to take polls and they also like to answer questions. So experiment with different types of things that are out there to get your audience engaged. Optimize your audience. Take a look at who is it that is coming into your site, or who is it that seems to be resonating with your content, and then start to tailor your content to their preferences. Start to shape your content to be able to get them even more engaged. The thing with sales processes today is that people want to be nurtured. They want to get to know you. They want to understand who you are. They want to get to a point where they trust you. When they get to a point where they trust you, then they're ready to do business with you, particularly if you're not a name brand out on the market. If you're new to the market or you're a small entity, people are going to want to trust you before they are going to want to do business with you. That's why testimonials and references on your website is so important, because it just tells people that you can be trusted. Use benchmarks. The benchmark could be your current performance versus previous metrics, or you could compare yourself against industry standards, and just to see again to get an idea of how am I performing, and then compare with your competition. You could set up within LinkedIn, for instance, you can set up and put in other sites that are also have company pages on LinkedIn. You can put them in, and it'll come back and it'll show you your result, but it'll show you how you compare against other people, and you get an indicator of how your competition is doing within that platform. So with that, I've reached the end of my prepared comments. Teresa, do we have any further?
We do not. And that timed out exactly perfect. So, yeah. I think that was a very successful launch of your new presentation, and I think everyone learned a lot from it. And we thank you for your time and your volunteering to share this with us. Thank you,
You're
and
welcome. Thank
thank
you.
you everyone else for joining us. And we hope to see you at our next workshop. Have a great weekend, everybody.